Oh, hey guys, didn't see you there. This is my 1986 Volkswagen Golf GTI that I turned into the ultimate street car, or sleeper car, whatever you want to call it, because it looks like crap from the outside. So if we want to call it a sleeper, by definition, a sleeper car is something that looks very unassuming from the outside, but underneath the hood packs a serious punch. Why don't we take a look under the hood? Woohoo! Look at that, baby! This bad boy right here is a Volkswagen 2.5 liter 5-cylinder engine, also known as the 07K. This particular engine came out of a 2008 Volkswagen Rabbit. They can be found from Volkswagens anywhere from 2005 to like 2014, I think. And from factory, they either make 150 horsepower or 170 horsepower. But as you can see, this one has a couple upgrades. Don't mind, it's a little bit dirty under here, but this 07K has an integrated engineering intake manifold that ups the horsepower by about 30 horsepower and makes this thing sound absolutely gnarly. You get all the induction noises, it sounds beautiful. Moving along with more integrated engineering goodies, we have this billet aluminum valve cover that I actually polished. It just needs cleaned right now, but it's super shiny and very pretty. And of course, we had to get the red top coil packs, but these aren't just OEM Volkswagen red top coil packs. No, baby, these are APR high performance coil packs. I don't know if they actually do anything, but they look cool, and I like the APR logo, so that's why I got them. Now, this car started out its life as a lousy 1.8 liter 8-valve engine that made about little less than 100 horsepower from factory. And for whatever reason, I decided to do very questionable things to this Mark II GTI. Now, I actually have a whole entire video on how to swap this engine into this chassis, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about kind of showcasing what this car does. But if you're a returning viewer, you might be like, Brett, I already know, like, I've already watched all the videos, I know what's going on. Well, this video really isn't for you. It's kind of like more for like the newer audience and hopefully trying to grow my reach a little bit. But still, watch it, support your boy, and maybe we can do more cool 07K stuff. Anyway, let's go take this puppy sucker for a ride. Hey guys, what's up? I'm trying to grab you here real quick. Now, one of the most common questions that I get about this car, or something that's said to me all the time, is, oh, why didn't you put a VR6 in it? Well, how many people do you know have a VR6 Mark II? A lot. How many people do you know have a 07K 5-cylinder Mark II? Not as many. So I just wanted to do it as something to be unique, and I also really like the 07K as they're much more affordable than the VR6s. They make similar power, they're lighter, and I honestly prefer the sound of the 07K much more than I do the VR6, and that's going to be very controversial of an opinion, but the 07K sounds much better than the VR6, in my opinion. Sounds like we got like an unknown like growling coming from the front end. I'm not really sure what that's about. I never said this car was done. Stuff still happens. It's a project car. That's kind of one of those things that happens. I'm not really sure what that's about. Feels like it's coming from that right front. Anyway, this car is fantastic. It's probably my right front wheel bearing. I didn't replace that one. That's okay. That happens. Oh yeah, that's pretty gnarly. We're not going to worry about it. Anyway, this car is fantastic. I absolutely love it. The driving experience is awesome. And this is something another content creator brought up, and now, you know, talking to him a couple times, I'd consider him like a buddy. James Cooper Rider, he brought up the fact that the difference between the 2.5 swap and a VR6 swap, and the 2.5 is a little bit more of a raw driving experience. It's a lot more vibration-y, just aggressive, while the VR6 is a lot more toned back. It makes similar power, but it's just kind of like, you know, you feel a little bit classy. But this 07K is just like race car, like, if that makes sense. And I think he's absolutely true. I haven't driven an 07K swap Mark II, Mark 1, or Mark 3, but this thing is just as raw as a driving experience as you'll get. Manual steering, manual transmission, manual clutch, with 5 cylinders coming right out at you, freaking sounding beautiful. This is one of those things that's just like, this is a driver's car. Now, I have beaten the crap out of this car more than anyone can fathom. This poor thing is screaming for its dear life, and yet I feel no remorse because it keeps going. I'm gonna put a little compilation in of all the times that I've beaten the ever-living crap out of it. Now, like anything, this thing's gonna have issues until I get them all sorted. Now, like any sort of project car or anything that you put more horsepower into a chassis that's 40 years old, it's gonna have chassis-related issues. And that's what we're having right now with the wheel bearings and stuff like that. Everything is just old and brittle, and it's slowly dying because I added like an extra 100 horsepower and it just doesn't know how to handle it, or it just can't handle it because it was on its deathbed anyway. So obviously right now, this is not a good time to talk to you guys about this car, but I'm gonna make the video anyway because I love this car and stuff happens to it, and you guys should probably understand that. Sometimes you just gotta replace old parts. That's just one of those things with a project car. So yes, there are obvious issues with this car, but that doesn't negate the fact that this thing is absolutely freaking gnarly and awesome and sick and nasty, and I love it. So sick that I wanna put one of these with one of those into this. These engines are fantastic. This one, not so much. It's been sitting outside, it's completely full of water, and it's completely garbage, and now I just use it as a parts engine. But these engines are very capable. Some of the earlier ones, you might be able to find a forged crank, but the 170 horsepower ones have a little bit better of a flowing head, so sometimes you can make a hodgepodge with an earlier bottom end and then a newer head, and then you get the best of both worlds, the forged crank and a better flowing head. But the plan for the next 5-cylinder will be a fully built thing. Integrated engineering rods, JE pistons, integrated engineering valve springs and retainers, the whole 9. It's gonna sound freaking sick with a big GT 3076R turbo, and then we're gonna put it in like a B5 or a B7 or maybe like a 240 or an E30 or an E36. I don't know what we're gonna put it in, but we're gonna build it and we're gonna have a really fun time, but I need your guys' help. So hopefully this video does really well, and a lot of people like me and a lot of people like my cars. And we can make that happen, and we can be your next favorite YouTube creator. Bullshit. I also forgot to mention the other modifications, like the 16x8 RML snowflakes with 205/40 15s. No, they're not 15s, they're 16s, idiot. 16x8 RML snowflakes with 205/40 16 Nexen SU1 street tires. And they're fantastic. I love them. I love the RMLs. I love the Nexens. Fantastic. Go support them because they supported the build. So yeah. It also has a Milltek catback exhaust that sounds absolutely beautiful. You guys have heard it. And I know the exterior looks like absolute garbage right now, but honestly, I'm not really worried about it. And later down the road, we're doing something to the exterior that people will see first on my Instagram and then next on my YouTube. It's gonna be really cool. I hope you guys are really excited for it. I'm sorry that it's taken this long, but it's just getting this done is a long process. And I also forgot to mention, you guys, a little bit about me. I'm an elementary teacher. I teach kids how to read. So teacher and money and car enthusiast stuff don't really mix well together. So I need to stop spending money from my paycheck and hopefully earn it from social media. And I got to work really hard to get there, but we're working hard. And I thank you guys already for the support if you're already here. So if you like my Mk2 5-cylinder, leave a comment down below. And let me know if you would rather 07K swap your Mk2, VR6 swap your Mk2, 18T swap your Mk2, ABA swap your Mk2, or maybe something different. But I'm going to go with the 5-cylinder because it's freaking sick. So if you want to see one of these, go into one of these, subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, and hopefully we can make it with that. Wow. So if you want to see one of these, go into one of these, and then we'll rear-wheel drive convert it, and then we'll take it drifting. Subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, do everything. And hopefully we can make it happen sometime in the future. Obviously, getting to the point where I can afford to build something like that is going to take a long time. But hopefully, if I, stay determined, work hard enough, keep posting videos, hopefully we can get to that point. But right now we're not there. But hopefully by the end of the month, I can pick up an 07K and start to tear it down. Because I have never torn apart an engine, let alone rebuild one with fully built internals. So that's a little bit scary. But that's kind of like the whole point of the YouTube channel, is forcing myself to learn how to do stuff. And you guys get to watch that process, which I think is really cool. I do genuinely love making these videos and stuff like that, and it's been so cool to see all the support and how just gracious people are and genuine people are. Obviously, there's been some not so fun people, but you know, you'll have that on the internet. But the vast majority of people have been so supportive, so awesome. You guys DM me all the time on Instagram. You guys leave comments. It's so sick. I love doing this. Like it's awesome. But if you are new here, I hope you like the 5-cylinder Mark II. This was a dream build of mine to do, and the fact that I was able to get it running, driving, performing the way that it does is nothing short of a miracle, because I'm stupid and I don't really know what I'm doing, and I've never swapped a car before. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. I wouldn't have been able to do it without all of you guys on YouTube and all of you guys on Instagram. So I'm incredibly thankful for you guys, and if you enjoyed this video and you love my Mark II, hopefully we can make something happen with another Turbo 07K and do something crazy with it. But for now, that's it for today's video. Goodbye.